We know what makes the earthy black girl.
Ain't all this the same as boho chic?
After learning what bohemian chic was like 5 minutes ago, no.
Like the white people do? Well, they do have a lot of similar elements. Earth tones, flowing fabrics. The word bohemian comes from the French word la bohème.
We need black queens on the TV screen and behind the scenes. Melanated women know what that really means. You need to be seen. They run the world full throttle. Pretty black faces, more than a model. Get black, magic girl, put it in a bottle. Come on, girl, it's your cue. Mad potential in you.
I'm Ava Tetteh-Ocloo. I'm 20, turned 21. I'm a Ghanaian American. I'm a tourist. I enjoy the luxuries of life, you know. Yeah.
And what are the luxuries of life?
Luxuries of life is literally just like, I enjoy a little facial. I enjoy outings. I enjoy going out. I like things, you know, I like shopping. Anything that just makes life a little bit more like oomph. Like I'll put on a little silk robe and some fuzzy slippers. That's luxury. That's luxury to me. So yeah. To form an earthy black girl outfit, need a head wrap. Let's say you have like a little bandeau top, a little tank top, and you know you can get yourself a maxi skirt. You know, you can get yourself a maxi skirt, or you know, you can wear a mini skirt. I love mini skirts. You can wear a little mini skirt, and then get you some bangles on your arms. You can do an arm cuff too. Accessories is what elevates the fit. You know, it low-key tells a story too, because where'd you get it from? You know, because I know all of my jewelry, like they really do have like such sentimental meaning and value to me. It's like even what I'm wearing right now, my mom got me this, and it's like even this, I just like got it from, I think it was a flea market, and it's like I just have such an attachment to like all the jewelry I do obtain. So like when I mix and match them and layer them together, it really is just like like I found these pieces, like this is what I was able to like, you know, come up with. The outfit that could have been boring but made it kind of more interesting. So I feel like accessories is important, not only for an earthy fit but for like almost every outfit.
I actually want to ask, did you ever play dress up in your mom's closet?
You know, I wasn't really allowed to go in my parents' room like that, but this is what I'll do. I mean, when she came back from work, you know, I'll follow in after her, and you know, she's just like, you know, winding down, and I'll just like look around. And I never really touched her clothes, but I was up in her scarves and her jewelry, because she has so much jewelry. I feel like that's where I get my fondness from jewelry from. I get it from her. I'll get the scarves, you know, I'll put it around my neck and be like, oh my gosh, like this is me. Or I'll tie it around my waist, because that's what they do in Ghanaian culture. Like you'll have like a scarf and like just tie around your waist, especially if you're white, like wearing like the African attire, you just tie a little piece of cloth around your waist. So I'll just do that and stuff. So it was never really clothes for me, but mainly just her accessories, like the scarves and jewelry. I was in there. I was playing around in there. My style then in like high school, middle school, it was very much like Tumblr, indie vibes. Kind of like in that way, I kind of was like trying to like assimilate a little bit, because, you know, I feel like I wasn't really as in touch with my culture for real. And so I was just like kind of just like turning to other things, like turning to what was like more acceptable, I guess.
You know, you said that you were picking styles and you were picking certain things that seemed more accepted. Mm-hmm. I definitely relate with that, because in high school I was definitely looking at, you know, preppy outfits to wear to school.
Yeah.
Instead, like even the one time I wore a head wrap to school, I had a classmate ask me if it was a costume, and then in the same day I had somebody from across the room look at me funny and go, "What is that?"
You see?
What is that?
And it's funny you said, because I remember because when I went to school, like I think there was a period of time where like I just did braids. I was like, okay, braids, box braids. But then like I did faux locks. I already did faux locks a little bit, but not as much. I feel like I started doing faux locks like more towards the end of high school. But like I think it was like sophomore year, I had these faux locks, and they were like really big, like it was like Rihanna in Ocean's 8, like the big dreadlocks. And, you know, I went to school and everybody was kind of like looking at me crazy. I was like, oh no. And I kind of liked them, because I was like, oh, you know, like, you know, just big locks. I was like, wait, this looks kind of cool. But then like I went to school, my majority white school, and everybody was looking at me funny. People was like, oh, it look like you smell like weed. I was like, right. I was like, not the microaggression. But I was like, oh, and I felt kind of like, and I went back into my little shell. I took out like the middle of the locks and like just put it into a bun because it was really big. So I just took out the middle and just like kept it in the bun until I could get my hair done again. And I think once I graduated high school and I kind of left that environment and I was more with like myself, because I didn't go to college. I took a gap year. It turned into gap years, but I was just spending a lot of time by myself because all my friends are off in college, and like, you know, my sisters all went their separate ways. They're living in different states. So, and my parents worked a lot too. So I really just like had a lot of time with myself. And, you know, as I'm spending time with myself, I'm kind of like, you know, experimenting. I already did head wraps. Like, you know, when I went to church and stuff, like, let's say I took my hair out and I just got like dookie braids on. My mom, she does head wraps all the time, so I just do a little head wrap, go to church. And since I was just home most of the time because I didn't have school anymore, I graduated, I was doing more head wraps and stuff, just like in the house and stuff. And like, I feel like I started getting more into fashion and started like, you know, looking around like, okay, like what's something that I like outside of like what mainstream is. What is it that I like and what I resonate with? And I just found myself appealing more to like, you know, those like the earthy aesthetic. Like I was like I felt more grounded, and the more I like embraced my African culture and my Ghanaian roots, I really was like, okay, you know, I did more hair wraps, you know, I'm wearing my little earth tones. And I like started for real, just like looking for pieces that I liked and I enjoyed. And I was going to flea markets, thrift stores. I was on Poshmark, Depop, all that. And I really was just finding pieces that I really, really liked and enjoyed wearing. And that's when I was like, okay, I like the vibe. And the vibe was earthy. So it just feels more natural and comfortable to me. And every time I just like, you know, put together outfit and it is like just kind of like earthy, I guess. I mean, I just feel like, okay, like this is me, like this is what I've kind of curated for myself, and this is where I feel comfortable. And I feel like when I was wearing like what I was wearing back in high school, it was just me kind of copying what I was seeing and just kind of like regurgitating like the things I was seeing around me and what I was seeing off of Tumblr. So I feel like now it's like all the outfits that I've come up with and that I've done, I never looked outwardly on like what to do, because each day I wake up, I don't really look at anybody else. I just like look inwards and I'm like, what do I feel like putting on? And this is what I put on, and this is what I like. If you're scared of being judged and that's preventing you from trying out an aesthetic or trying anything out, they're gonna judge you anyways. Sorry. Like whether you do it or not, you will still be judged, because that's something that we don't have control over. We don't have control over if people will judge us or not. And I feel like you judging yourself before others can judge you, it's like that's a double whammy. So y'all can find me on Instagram at ava.tocloo. I mean, I might pop out with a YouTube channel, you know. Y'all give me a follow. If I still didn't post a video, it's coming. Be patient. Okay, that's all I gotta say.
Thank you, Ava.
For more Black Girl Magic Minute, you can subscribe to this YouTube channel, and you can look at all of the episodes that I've done over the past couple of years. If you want to listen to more of me, I'm on TikTok Radio on SiriusXM. And if you want me to answer your question, or if you need some advice, just comment it below and I'll answer it on my segment Taylor's DMs, which comes on every Monday on SiriusXM. And I don't just report and do stories here. I'm also a correspondent on Nick News on Nickelodeon, where we share news for kids. If you want more Black history, Black culture videos, I have over 50 under my Fast Black History series on my TikTok and my Instagram. And before you go, take a deep breath. It's okay to mess up sometimes. You're human. What matters is how you react to it and how much grace you have over yourself in continuing your journey. Remember that they call it Black Girl Magic because it is unbelievable how beautiful your spirit is. So keep your head up, keep your dreams up, and keep rising.
Round one.
Little girl, stop popping that gum.
Let me get off this.